Hey, Don Copeland here, and today we are working with the G4, and we had a question pop up on our users forum. We actually have a users Facebook group for the DTG G4, and the question was, how do I hit a chest print? Still don't have a special platen for it, so I thought we'd show you how to do that right now. Somewhere around here, oh, here it is. We've done one on a trial run. Show you a couple things we've done to be able to achieve this. Decided to print the elephant because it's Mark's favorite thing that we print. And just to give you an idea for positioning, so let's show you real quick. I want to tell you what we've done quickly, and then we'll show you the steps in the software. What we've basically done is we've created a template in our software representative of a pocket size area. This is actually a 4-inch by 3.5-inch piece of material. You've probably seen this in some of the earlier videos. This is actually the bottom to a heat press, all right? And we sell these in large sheets. They're 16 by 20s to fit the heat presses. You can cut it in, I think they're like $90, and you can cut it down to pieces. We also have the Print Perfect pads, which are small, you can cut up. They're a bit more expensive by the square inch. So if you're doing a lot of these things, kind of random type of things, I go ahead and get the big pad. If not, just buy one of the smaller pads. I think they're down around 30 bucks for a 5-inch by like 10-inch piece, which would have worked for this, obviously. But anyway, we've cut this to a size that's about right for a pocket, all right? If you wanted to orient it this way, you could also orient it this way. You would just set it up separately in your template. But anyway, we printed out a rectangle, the size of the template from the template, which positioned it on our bed. Then we're going to place this on there. It becomes now our visual locator for where the chest print's going to be. So let's go ahead and do it. Basically, we had 3 steps we went through. Initially, we had to set up a template. I'm not going to go through all the steps. I'll show you very quickly where it's at under Devices and Manage Print Media. And we told it we wanted to add, this is to add a new type of print media, then you tell it what it is. In this case, this is what is known as a template. And here's the one I generated. It's a left chest. And basically what I did is I created a position for it and a size for it. Tells you the positioning here and the dimensions of it. I created that, saved that, all right? And then when I go in here, under my media types, I can select, let's say we're in our standard extra large platen, but then I wanted to go over and to do a left chest platen. It brings it up, shows us the active area right there on the screen right here. I don't know why I'm pointing with my hands when you're recording the screen, and now what we want to do is we want to bring in the first file which we printed, which was the outline file, which I called pocket outline. And you'll see here, literally it's just a black outline, all right? That was my pocket outline that I printed. Go ahead and remove that. And then I brought in my elephant file, which I called Colored Elephant Chest Print. And you'll notice it pops up right in that area, and that area only, centered up on it, and boom, it's ready to go. Now I could have set this up inside of the actual template setup so that it would orient this wherever I wanted, top, left, bottom, right. I could have it scale down an image if it was too big, which is not always a bad idea, because if you bring something in, let's say this was a 1/4 inch too big, I would have to literally just unload it, size it outside of the program, bring it back in. Whereas if I tell it to fit to that, I can then scale down whichever way I need to go. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and process this just for fun. I actually did it in 1212, so I'm gonna put it in 1212. And we'll just rip this just to get an idea of how much it costs to print that as well. Less than 3 cents worth of ink on the shirt. Since I have it in I have printed recently, I have my pocket outline right there. I'm going to go ahead and select that job. Doesn't look like much, it's just a black outline. And I'm going to go ahead and print that out on the bed. You may not be able to see it, but right here, we actually have our black square. All right, so what I'm going to do is I want to place my pad on that square. If I wanted to at this point, I could just take a ruler and a Sharpie and permanently mark that on there. The only challenge I would see with doing that is it would mess Mark up in future videos. No, actually, that is one of the reasons actually. The other reason is that if this doesn't sit exactly on here the same every time, this may be off a hair, so just printing it out quickly. You know, the inks will come off with some alcohol and a wipe afterwards, so it's not a big deal. Just going to stick this down right on that position, right there. So now I have that oriented so that my template is designed to hit just this area, all right? Okay, so what we're going to do is show you a little another trick here. Instead of firing up the PTM, all right, to do a pre-treat for the top front of the shirt. As you know, we'd have to do a stripe anyway. What we're going to do is we're going to use this canned aerosolized pre-treatment that we sell on Coleman & Company. This is the light shirt material, which also will work on dark shirts. You just have to double up with it. We're going to spray some of this on just in the area we want to print. All right, you do about 6 inches away. You just spray in a linear motion like this. If you're using a dark shirt, you would actually turn it 90 degrees and do the same amount the other direction. I almost turned that thing over exactly on its end. I'm going to press this for 45 seconds, just like we normally would. All right, 45 seconds, pre-treated shirt. It's nice. It doesn't leave a mark either. It's pretty nice. So I'm going to take it over here and position it. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to visually pull the shirt to where I want it to be at. Right there. It's about right. Line it up just like you would any other time with the shirt. Line it up. If you had a pocket, this is when you would work with the pocket, right? Positioning the pocket right. All right. And the good thing is even if your collar on a shirt, your collar were to come up here onto it, this rubber mat, guess what? It's holding it up high enough that this isn't going to come into play. There you can see, and now if you look very closely, you can probably see the edges here. Hold it down a little bit. You can see the edges of the material. All right, that edge right there is that mat that we placed underneath of there. And if you'll notice, that elephant's pretty much in the center of that, which is exactly what we were hoping to do. There we go. And she's printed. And as you can see, pretty much where you would want it to be. Now what you may want to do is, I think Mark Vila did a video on perfect placement, right? You may want to watch one of his, that video. There's a lot of good information in there. You don't always position your prints the same places on a women's shirt and a men's shirt, different types of shirt, V-necks and things like that. So you may actually have multiple templates that you have set up for the types of shirts and the sizes of the shirt. But this gives you an idea of how to outsmart the garment and use some of the stuff we've been using on the DTG and the UV stuff for a while about positioning. We're going to do the same thing on the shirts. So there you have it, putting a chest or a pocket position print on the DTG G4. I'm Don Copeland. Thanks for watching.